Dear child, the angels have brought me here today to give you a profound message. Someone in your life is carrying a burden that is so heavy it's almost impossible to bear. This person sincerely seeks your forgiveness, believing that they won't be able to find peace until they do. Pride and sorrow are imprisoning their heart. It's like an unseen current is pulling them into a storm of strong feelings that don't agree with each other. Every time they think about you, they can't help but be overwhelmed by the memories of you. They find themselves trapped in a never-ending cycle of suffering. Although they try to forget you, you are always in their minds. It's as if the choices they made and the words they omitted are now returning to haunt them. This is not just a sense of regret, this is a deep spiritual pain that weighs heavily on their heart, and only real forgiveness can lighten this load. This person may not realize that repentance requires more than asking for forgiveness. It's also about their own mental growth and freedom. They can only find peace, and you may need it too if there is forgiveness, even if it doesn't mean getting back together physically. Instead, it should give you a spiritual sense of relief and closure. The angels say that when this person walked away or allowed the gap to grow, they had no idea how much your loss would affect their life. They thought it would be straightforward to forget about you and move on, but things turned out to be very different. What they used to feel safe and at peace has now turned into nervousness, insomnia, and unease. They may act calm and proud, but they know something is wrong and won't be at peace until they forget. Every day they are away from you feels like an extra burden. They fear they are losing control of their life and can't find peace. This has now become a source of intense obsession for them. They wake up every morning tormented by thoughts of what they could have done differently, where things went wrong, and how things might have been different if they had made different choices. The enjoyable times you had together are now painful memories that follow them around like shadows that won't go away, no matter what they do or don't do. Behind their actions or inactions are simple but painful truths. They never really wanted to lose you. In their hearts, they always thought there would be another chance to get back together and make things right. But the angels tell them that this chance is going away, making them feel more and more hopeless. They want you to keep your heart open but be strong and true to yourself. They know that even if the other person feels awful about what they did, you're the only one who can decide to forgive them. Forgiving someone isn't just a thoughtful thing to do for them, it's also a gift to yourself that will help you heal. That person who hurt you before now knows that they made a much bigger mistake than they thought. It wasn't just a slip-up, they lost someone important in their life, someone who brought light and meaning. They are only now starting to fully understand what happened and deeply regret it. This isn't just about saying sorry, it's also about changing as a person. They understand that they can't keep living their lives stuck in sorrow, stuck between the past and the present. They need to face their mistakes, let go of their pride, and become humble in order to move forward. Angels taught them that asking for forgiveness is the first step to healing. This isn't just a formality, it's a spiritual need. It's a true plea to free their soul and let both of you heal. But pride is a strong enemy, and it has stopped them from taking this important step. Sometimes they want to send you an emotional message or call you, but their fears and confidence prevent them. They fear rejection, the possibility that you won't listen, or the realization that it's too late to rectify the situation. Their fear prevents them from taking the bold steps they need to take. This keeps them trapped in a mental prison they have created for themselves. They try to hide the quiet pain inside them by smiling when they believe everything is fine. The angels also tell them they can heal and grow despite their pain. They are learning an important lesson through this painful journey, how important the people in their lives are and how important it is to respect those relationships before it's too late. They need to admit their mistake and be open to starting over. Some individuals must reach their lowest point before they are able to perceive the light. This individual is currently in a state of darkness, seeking redemption, forgiveness, and tranquility once more. They don't just want to hear the word forgiveness, they need it to free their soul from the heavy load. The angels stand by you to help you through this. They know that the way to forgiveness can be challenging and complicated, but they promise that it leads to freedom for both those who seek it and those who give it. Whatever you choose, the angels will support, guide, and teach you. They want you to remember that you deserve peace, happiness, and satisfaction in your life, no matter what other people do or decide. This person knows what they've lost, but you must decide your future actions. For this person, memories weigh them down, and they spend their days and nights in terrible mental pain. They keep thinking about talks and decisions from the past, asking what went wrong and feeling haunted by the decisions they made. The pride that used to hold them together has fallen apart, showing a hurt, worn-out heart that is sick of fighting itself. The angels show that this scared person knows that asking for your forgiveness brings peace. They have often thought about reaching out, but they are afraid to do so. Afraid of letting you in and putting themselves out there, they keep needing your forgiveness no matter how hard they try. That need is such that it feels like every part of them wants a second chance to make things right. Some close friends have heard about their feelings and tried to help and support them, but nothing seems to calm them down. Some of their friends who once told them to move on are now shocked and saddened by their pain. Someone who used to seem strong and in charge now looks like they've lost their way and can't find their way back to peace and happiness. With each attempt to hide their emotions, they descend into a world of regret and hunger. This makes them feel alone and tortured. The angels want you to understand that this person is not only dealing with the consequences of their actions, but also receiving an opportunity for spiritual growth. Their suffering is a way for them to become more pure, a painful but necessary process that lets them see past the false beliefs that led them to act badly in the first place. Angels help them overcome shame, fear, and regrets and find forgiveness and peace. Despite the challenges, this journey is essential for their soul's growth and evolution. Despite traveling alone, they hope you will listen. They understand that they can't make you forget them, but they need to express regret in order to release the burden they carry. Some nights, they cry alone in bed, hugging their pillow tight as if it were a safety net for their wild feelings. Every cheer is a silent confession, a silent plea for another chance. They cherish every moment they shared with you, wishing they could somehow mend the damage. But the angels tell them that the only way forward is to be honest and sincere, and only an honest apology can bring them peace while they deal with their own inner demons. The angels also urge you to reflect deeply. Forgiving someone who hurt you doesn't mean forgetting about them or getting back together with them. It means freeing yourself from the pain that may still be holding you back. The angels want you to remember that forgiving someone is a gift you give yourself. It's a strong act that breaks the unseen chains of the past. Giving forgiveness, even if it's just in your mind, makes room for new gifts to come into your life, bringing you new starts and chances. That person is starting to understand that real love isn't about big deeds or empty vows but about being humble and honest. Angels demonstrate their willingness to mend, learn from their mistakes, and fix what they can. However, you alone possess the power to choose forgiveness. No one else can make the decision for you. There is a choice in front of you. Do you want to keep your heart open to a new possibility, or do you want to move forward knowing that you have done what is best for your peace of mind? The angels tell you not to make this choice right away. Be sure to follow your heart and trust your gut. Know that spiritual understanding and love are guiding your every move. They promise safety and care no matter the road. When you follow your heart, there is no right or wrong answer. What matters is that you are honest. You must practice self-love and understand that forgiveness leads to genuine freedom for both you and the individual you wish to set free. The angels say that this person has made up their mind. After a long, bitter struggle inside, she has been fighting with herself all day and night, unable to find peace. But now she knows she can't put off the inevitable any longer. Her deep sense of nothingness gets stronger every time she tries to go about her daily life as if nothing has happened. This feeling stops her in her tracks and reminds her that she will never find peace until she faces her mistakes and asks for forgiveness. She is at a fork in the road and needs to pick a way that will make her feel better. She must risk rejection now by opening her heart. Returning to the message, it appears that this individual has been observing you from a distance, most likely through social media. She sees in your posts and photos that she's off your radar. This hurts her deeply because she feels trapped in the past, while you have found ways to move forward. This awareness is like a sharp, quiet pain that lets her know that the chance to fix things might be going away. It's almost painful to think that you might be content without her, but the pain has forced her to face a brutal truth she can no longer avoid. The angels show that she is slowly getting the courage to take the first step, even though she is in pain. Despite her uncertainty and numerous questions, she recognizes the necessity to confront the truth. She must communicate with them, whether in person, via text, or even over the phone. The most important thing is that she is honest. She wants to get rid of the guilt that's been bothering her and find the strength to say, "Forgive me, I made a mistake," and look you in the eye, even if it's only virtually. But she knows that words alone won't be enough to heal the wounds. The angels confirm her understanding that genuine repentance necessitates action. Asking for forgiveness is only the beginning. She needs to show through her deeds that she has changed and learned, and that if she had a second chance, she would do things differently. But even if she doesn't get a second chance, she knows she has to do what is right to find peace. She needs to go down this road too. Break free from the circle of pain that has been holding her back for a long time. Asking for forgiveness isn't just a way to clear up a mistake or feel better about herself. The angels show that this is a time of deep spiritual healing. She is letting go of the clouds she has been carrying for a long time by accepting her mistakes. This makes room for new, beneficial forces to enter her life. She needs your forgiveness, but she also needs to be ready to face her mistakes and learn from them in order to find peace. Angels want you to be prepared for this moment, which could unexpectedly arise as a simple word in the middle of your day. A meeting that evokes all the emotions from the final outcome may occur unexpectedly. They encourage you to actively listen while maintaining an open mind. Being present and open to what life has to offer you right now is more important than having strict standards or dwelling too much on what could have been. If you decide to forgive her, do it for yourself. If you decide not to give her another chance, know that your choice was based on clarity and understanding. This meeting will give you both a chance to put things behind you. Even though you have moved on, the angels remind you that parts of this story remain unfinished. Forgiving someone doesn't mean you forget about them. It means cutting mental ties that might be holding you back from moving on. It's akin to opening a window to welcome fresh air and release trapped energy. They also claim that forgiving someone may reveal a new person trying to contact you. Her hurt, her sorrow, and her thoughts on herself have changed her in ways you might not expect. She now knows how important real relationships are and how essential it is to keep her pride out of the way of what's most important. In the end, you decide whether to reconcile or split up. The angels encourage you to have faith in the process. They are with you and will guide you through every step of this meeting, making sure that you find the peace you are looking for no matter what happens. They know it's unpleasant to think about old hurts again, but they promise you that it's an important part of healing. Being able to forgive someone is like putting balm on a wound. It helps both people. Despite past hurts, the angels remind you that you are worthy of love, peace, and happiness. Right now is a fresh chance to make the future you want, and this experience, no matter how painful or surprising, is just one more step on your path to growth and self-discovery. The angels tell us that the time for reuniting is coming up. This person knows she needs to do something, even though she feels insecure. It feels like time is getting away from her, and each day that goes by without you forgiving her makes her heart heavier. She is more antsy now, and she feels both fear and hope at the same time. Fear that you might turn her down and hope that by talking about how she feels, she can find some peace. They show that she is willing to risk despite her fear of your reaction. She knows she needs to take responsibility for what she did and that saying, "I'm sorry," won't be enough. Her change of heart needs to be clear. She understands that mere forgiveness is insufficient. She must demonstrate her transformation by striving to regain trust, even if it necessitates a fresh start. She wants to show that she knows how serious her mistakes were and is determined not to make the same ones again. On her trip, she is also thinking deeply about her faith. The angels tell us that she has started to understand that her love is about more than just losing you. It's also about losing herself. It felt as though she had lost a piece of herself when she parted from you. She realized that her healing journey encompassed more than just repairing the relationship between you two. It was also about rediscovering who she truly was. It was a difficult lesson for her to learn that pride and fear stopped her from what was really important. She is finding herself and learning that being humble is the first step to real growth.